Let's go! That one feels so good for so many different reasons. It's a bounce back win. Most importantly, above all, it's a bounce back win for this football team. Another example of Dan Campbell Lions teams doing what Dan Campbell Lions teams do best, which is bounce right back after loss. This feels good because it's a bounce back win, but also with the way we won this game, particularly with the way that offense looked in this football game, which we'll obviously talk about throughout this video, like that's a reason to celebrate this victory. Also, it was also a revenge game. It is a revenge win over the Washington Commanders, given it's a banged up Commanders team. Notably, no Jaden Daniels this one for Washington, but like, still, it's a revenge game. It was a revenge game, and it is a revenge win over the Commanders in their place, in their building. And also, lastly, this was personal, especially for them, especially for Washington. Like, did you see how chippy they were throughout this game today? They were throwing punches, they were pushing and shoving, they were talking a lot of junk to our guys. Like, this was a personal game. This was chippy. So, like, yeah, to be able to say, hey, scoreboard, who got the W at the end of the day, when they were acting all chippy and, again, throwing punches and pushing and shoving and talking all that junk, it feels good to get that win when they were, you know, talking all that junk and throwing punches and all that, you know. This one feels good, man. This is all to say. For a lot of reasons, this one feels so good as a Lions fan. For the W's, ladies and gentlemen, Lions get a bounce back win over the Washington Commanders on the road to move to 6-3 on this 2025 season. Let's go! Man, this past week was so terrible, which I said in my previous video. That's what I told you. That's what it was going to be. Like, all doom and gloom. Not even just really in the Lions fan base. It was nationally. So many people were talking bad about the Lions throughout this entire week leading up to this game. And now all is right after victory. That's just how football works, man. When you lose, the sky is falling. But when you win, all is high, man. So yeah, after a really bad week to be a Lions fan with everyone talking junk about this football team, let's go. This is going to be a good week as a Lions fan, baby. This is going to be a good week. Whew, let's celebrate this victory. Let's now talk about this victory over the Washington Commanders. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, please give me a quick second to take care of some business, and then afterwards, I promise after that, we will talk about this Lions win over the Commanders. First of all, want them to sponsor this video, Mr. Mace Roast Armor Coffee. A lot of you already know the routine by now, but just in case you don't, hot coffee, cold brews, chocolate, all kinds of great drinks and treats for you to try and enjoy. In my honest opinion, it's just my opinion, take it for what it's worth, I think you get yourself a nitro cold brew. Let's cheers to this Lions victory, baby. Let's cheers with a nitro cold brew to this Lions win. Visit the website, roastover.com. Links in the description below. And if you find something that you want to try and make an order, you can always save some money on that order by using my code, TonyD. Try to roast over. Thank you once again for the response in this video. Also, if you all please do me a favor, leave a like on this one. Hit the JMO touchdown Sally on that subscribe button. Hit like, hit subscribe. I very much appreciate that. Alright, it takes care of the quick business I need to take care of. Let's talk about this Lions win now, man. Oh, it's so much better to come in front of this camera and talk about a Lions win, man. It is so much better to be happy and smiling and celebrating and just talk about a Lions win, man. This is good. This is good, man. So, like, yeah, as I said in the intro to this video, obviously this is a really nice bounce-back win for this football team. Particularly with the way that offense looked tonight. The stars of the show for the Lions in this victory was that Detroit Lions offense. A Detroit Lions offense for the first time really all season long. Like, maybe other than when we put up 50 on Ben Johnson and the Bears, and maybe even the Baltimore game as well. But I don't know, dude. Maybe this is recency bias. This might be the best this offense has looked all season long so far. Like, legitimately, even with the 50-plus we put up on Ben Johnson and the Bears, and, like, some other good games, like Baltimore, for example. I don't know, dude. I really think what we saw from this Detroit Lions offense today was the best we have seen from this offense all season long so far. Now, given, like, this is the Washington Commanders. It's a banged-up Washington Commanders team, and it's a banged-up defense, and just not a good defense overall. But still, dude, I don't care. I don't care how banged up you are. I don't care how good or bad the defense is. Like, when you have a day like the Lions offense had today, I don't care who the opponent is. We are always going to celebrate that, man, you know? But, like, yeah, seriously, this Detroit Lions offense, again, I'll say it again, man. Like, this might be the best they have looked all season long so far. The main reason for that, I don't think it's a coincidence that the second Dan Campbell took over the play calling this offense. Again, dude, maybe the best they have looked so far this entire season. Play calling MCDC, let's go. You know, it wasn't even reported that Dan Campbell was going to be taking over the play calls. Like, it was a legit surprise when the broadcast showed Dan on the sidelines the first drive of the game for us. And, you know, he had his glasses on, he had the play sheet in front of him, he had his mic on, and he was talking, obviously, as we know now, he was talking to JG in between plays, and it was like, is Dan calling plays? Is Dan calling plays? And then sure enough, if there was any confusion as to if Dan was calling plays or not, the second drive of the game for the Lions, Dan Skipper was lining up at wide receiver. He ran around. He ran around. Dan Skipper didn't just line up at wide receiver. He was running around, bro. So right there, you just knew, all right, yeah, Dan's calling plays for sure. Dan is absolutely calling plays for sure. And like, bro, this offense looked great today with Dan calling plays. Like, it was obviously one of our biggest complaints, if not the biggest complaint, after our loss against Minnesota. And even before the loss to Minnesota, like, Lion fans were not happy with the way this offense was looking to start the season with Johnny Moore calling plays. Like, this offense just didn't have that same explosiveness that we have become accustomed to seeing with this Lions offense. And like, I don't know, dude, something was just missing, you know? Like, the numbers were great, but something was just missing with Johnny Moore calling plays. Well, Dan agreed. He took over the play calling today, and they looked absolutely beautiful. They looked great today, dude. We scored on every offensive drive in this football game. Not counting the last drive of the game where we were in victory formation, we scored on every offensive drive in this football game, dude. Like, I got it right here. The Lions' offensive drives in this football game today. Touchdown, 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 field goal. That was just the first half. Second half now. Touchdown, field goal, end of game victory formation. Dude, again, we scored on every single drive of this game, other than when we were in victory formation at the end of this one. 44 points. We won time possession. Over 500 total yards of offense. We were great on the ground. We were great through the air. Over 500 total yards of offense. To be exact, 546. 546 total yards of offense today, man. 5 for 10 on third down. A perfect 2 for 2 on fourth down. In the red zone. 4 for 6. Man, just all over the place, dude. All over the place. Numbers-wise, this offense was great. It was great today, man. And also, we were spraying the ball around. Everyone was getting love, it seemed like, on that offense today, dude. Man, Dan Campbell, what a job calling plays today. Like, we saw it in 2021. It's not a surprise to see Dan Campbell, take over play calling. He's done it before. We saw it in 2021. He took over the play calling from Anthony Lynn, so that's not a surprise at all. But it's also not a surprise to see him not only take over play calling, but to see this offense have success with him taking over play calling. Again, it happened in 2021. When he took over play calling for Anthony Lynn, this offense saw an immediate boost, dude. The offense to close out 2021 with Dan Campbell calling plays was good. It was good, and it was resulting in wins for this football team to close out 2021, if you remember. So to see Dan take over play calling today, and to see this offense have success with Dan taking over the play calling, like, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise at all. Man, it's it brings a smile to my face. It brings a smile to every Lions fan's face, man. Dan Campbell was absolutely great. We were not complaining at all. Dan Campbell continues to call plays for this offense, man. Absolutely not. Shout out to MCDC. Great job calling plays for the Lions in this victory. And again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I'll say it again right now. Like, I know this Commanders defense is banged up and not playing really good so far in 2025, but like, I don't care who the defense is. I don't care how banged up you are. I don't care how good or bad you are playing as a defensive unit throughout the season. Like, when this offense has a day like they did today, no matter the opponent, we are always going to celebrate that dude. So again, Dan Campbell, what a game for him, calling plays on offense. What a masterful day for this Detroit Lions offense. I've said it a million times already. I'm going to continue to say it, man. I feel like this might be the best this offense has looked so far all season long. And I don't think it's a coincidence that happens when MCDC takes over play calling, baby. The highlight performance for the Lions offense in this victory. First of all, JG16 QB1. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. We heard those Jared Goff chants in the Commander Stadium tonight, man. We heard those chants. Shout out to the fans who were at the game today on the road. Another example of Detroit Lions fans being the best in the world, taking over another road stadium, baby. There's a lot of Honolulu blue. There's a lot of Honolulu blue, baby. Shout out to the fans who were there today. But, yeah, we heard those Jared Goff chants, and they were deserved Jared Goff chants. JG in this win, 25 for 33, 320 yards, 3 TDs, no interceptions. Great game as per the usual from our QB1, Jahmyr Gibbs. Sonic. 172 total yards in this victory, 142 rushing, 30 receiving, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown, 172 total yards, 3 total touchdowns. Man, Sonic was an absolute beast, as he always is, baby. As he always is. Speaking of beasts, J-Mo. This might be the most satisfying thing with Dan Campbell calling plays. Not just the offensive success as a whole, but if J-Mo is going to get this much involved under a Dan Campbell offense, if he's going to put up these kinds of numbers in a Dan Campbell offense, please, Dan, please never give up play calling. Please never give up play calling. If this is what we're going to see from J-Mo under your play calling, man. What a day for Waymo. 119 receiving yards and that touchdown. Let's go, Waymo. Let's go. We knew it was coming. We knew the breakout game was coming at some point this season. Hopefully, this is the beginning of what is going to be a just monstrous second half of this season for Jameson Williams. Good stuff, J-Mo. Keep getting him involved, please, and thank you. All of Detroit agrees with that, man. Please keep getting him involved. Amon-Ra St. Brown, last but not least, obviously 58 yards and a touchdown for him in this game as well. Great job, man. Great job from the guys who were performing, the notable guys who were performing on this offense in this victory. I want to give a shout out, last but not least, on this offense to that offensive line. Man, what a bounce back game for the offensive line. Man, they were dominant on the ground. We had over 200 yards rushing in this victory, baby. What a job in the run game. What a job protecting Jared Goff. JG was not sacked once this football game, baby. Not once. Let's go, O-line. Much better day from the offensive line today. We all knew they were going to bounce back, especially after that rough game against Minnesota. I even said it in front of this camera, and a lot of people agreed with me. Like, we were expecting this offensive line to bounce back, and they did just that in this win, man. Great job from this offensive line. Way to bounce back. Shout out to the O-line. Shout out to the guys, the stars, if you will, for the Lions offense in this victory. Shout out to the entire offense as a whole. Shout out to Dan for the play calls all the way around, baby. Shout out to the Lions offense. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the stars of the show absolutely in this Lions victory. That offense, great job from all of them, that entire unit, coaching-wise and players-wise, in this victory from the offense. Now, moving on to the defense very quickly, they were also solid in this game, too. They were also solid in this one as well, which you would expect because, obviously, Marcus Mariota was starting for Washington. No disrespect to Marcus Mariota, but you know, obviously he's not Jaden Daniels, you know. So we were expecting this Lions defense to have another solid day against a backup QB for Washington, and they did just that. I thought they had a solid day today. I will go with BB as my defensive player of the game. He had a sack and a half in this one, so yeah, shout out to BB. Like he's Braun Breaker. Absolute dog. We love BB, man. He's my defensive player of the game. And Roy Lopez also had half a sack in this one as well, so shout out to Roy as well. Yeah, solid day for the defense. They deserve a round of applause as well for this victory. Shout out to the defense. Did I talk about my offensive player of the game yet? I don't know if I did or not. Just in case I didn't, my offensive player of the game for the Lions in this victory, Jahmyr Gibbs with that hat trick. Toss that hat, baby, because he had a hat trick in this one. Jahmyr Gibbs, my offensive player of the game. But like, hey, if you want to go JG, I'm not going to argue that. If you want to go JMO, I'm not going to argue that. I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs, though. I'm going to go Sonic as my offensive player of the game for the Lions in this victory. So yeah, man, all in all, ladies and gentlemen, great bounce back win. Good revenge win over the Washington Commanders, man. That feels good. That feels good, man, to get a little bit of revenge on the Washington Commanders in their building. That feels good, baby. Woo-hoo. That feels good. One last round of applause to the Lions following this victory to again move to 6-3 on this 2025 season. Good stuff, baby. Good stuff. All right, I have nothing else to say with regards to this Lions victory. Good job, Lions. Great stuff. Next up for this football team, Sunday Night Football in Philadelphia to take a little bit of momentum into Philly for a massive game Sunday night in Philadelphia. Yeah, man. Let's go make it 2 straight over the NFC East in an NFC East stadium, too. Let's get a big one on Sunday Night Football, baby. Let's do it. Let's beat the defending champs in their building on Sunday night with the whole world watching. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Whew. All right. That's all I got for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, as always. As I mentioned earlier in the video, leave a like on this one. Hit that subscribe button. Hit a JMO touchdown Sally. A little flip on the subscribe button. Literally do a flip like, woo, and smack the sub button as you're doing so. On the way down, hit that sub button, baby. I very much appreciate that, as always. All right, we'll see you following Sunday Night Football against the Philadelphia Eagles. Until then, as always, go Lions, baby.